All right. Hello. Happy Sunday. Happy mid-month. And it's hopefully we can get a good bit of writing in today. I have now been fully employed for 3 weeks. 3 weeks, I guess we can count the pre-planning stuff and new teacher orientation. So I have a severe lack of words for the last 3 weeks. So I'm trying to rearrange my regular schedule to where I have at least some time where I have the energy and brain power to do some writing as well as the full-time job. So, but anyway, but Sundays are my my I need to write days for sure. The weekends in general and Sundays specifically. So, welcome. I am now going to be attempting to write my little tushy off and get some real words in. I did manage to join Charlie's stream over on Twitch on Friday, and Charlie and friends were so kind enough to let me sort of decompress from the week and some things that have been happening. So yeah, so that was very nice to be able to join some friends. Yeah, so today I have a new toy, which is a document camera. So I will show you all that in a little bit. But so I now have like an overhead little camera that I can switch to show tarot cards and all of that kind of fun stuff. So I have that. That'll be fun to play with in a few minutes. But yeah, so let me say hello. Christina is here. Hello, hello. Hope you all are doing well. Getting on early to get a good start. Nice. Yes, good starts are awesome. And that's what we're hoping for today. So I'm doing the last load of laundry, so I apologize if you can hear that in the background. I did not do it yesterday, so I had to do it today. That way I can have professional clothes to wear this week. And so Rachel, hello. Writer on Wheels, plans got canceled today, so you're able to catch the stream. Yay! I mean, sad for plans getting canceled, unless you wanted them to be canceled, because I have been there as well. But yay for joining us. And Sharon is here. Hello, hello. Welcome. Maggie is here. Hello. And Ravi is here. Hello. Awesome. School is hard for teachers too. Yes. Yeah. So, and I feel like I'm kind of playing catch up a little bit because it's a new grade level. So I don't have the curriculum. Like I don't have a year's worth of curriculum already planned out. So it's kind of like going back to year one of teaching, which can be very fun. So, so yeah, so all that. And Kate says, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. And as of 10 minutes ago, I have feedback from beta readers. Ooh, so you're going to be reading through all that and having a think about your edits. Nice. Just remember to take them with a grain of salt, because usually you will get, not usually, but I mean, you might get different responses from each of them because each of them are different readers. But if you do have sort of like a common theme running through all of them, that would be definitely something to kind of pay attention to. So Matilda, hello! You recovering from 2 sleepless nights. Oh no. Oh goodness. And learning how to use tarot cards to help you outline, and you want to hit 175K by the end of this week. Nice. Okay, so questions. How far away from 175K are you? And by the end of this week, do you mean by the end of like this coming Friday, like, or is like today your deadline? Using tarot cards to outline is extremely fun. I initially did one with a wheel spread. So wheel of the year, like going around the circle to kind of like where you start would be the new moon in the north, and sort of like going around the wheel spokes. That's one way to do a layout. Otherwise, you could also follow a plot diagram and sort of pull cards for each point. So like one for the starting point and exposition, and then one or two for the rising actions, one for the climax, etc., etc. So you could do it that way. Yeah, so I mean, there are multiple ways to outline, and then there's also just the like pull a card, see what character or event comes next, which is kind of how I did after I did my wheel spokes a couple of times for Chimera Moon. Since mine was for a series, then I kind of had to go back in and get inspiration again for the particular characters or couples, see what the conflict between them was, that kind of thing. So there are multiple ways to do it, which I'm sure is not really all that helpful to say. It's just like, you can do anything you want. It doesn't help you limit the choices, does it? Okay, so you're sad that plans got canceled. You were supposed to play D&D, gotcha. But you haven't really written all week, so you are glad for the chance to write. Excellent. I'm glad you can write with us, but I'm sad about your D&D game, because those can be very fun. Kelly says, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. My bookshelves are so nice. Yes, I do occasionally, like I have some books that are not quite tucked where they should be. But overall, yes. And so then I have my reference shelf, which is over on that side. Not in view at the moment, but thank you. I went to the store, and part of my first paycheck, I bought 3 paperbacks because I was like, I haven't bought books in a while. So I have 3 new editions for the bookshelf. You're going to be working with a New Year group. Okay, so new grade this coming year as well. So you share the pain and the excitement. Yeah. So it's going to be quite fun. So I have 6th graders. So that means going back in and pulling up some classics, but also there have been like a ton of middle grade books written since I was in middle grade and reading those. So there's a lot more things to choose from. So I'm excited about reading all those choices and being ahead of time and just kind of like figuring out what books are going to be for the following units. I've already decided I'm going to go with a classic for their like in-class text. A classic being Number the Stars, because they're also going to be touching on the Holocaust for their history classes. So we're going to do some cross-curriculum stuff there. But anyway, I'm doing my best. I know I keep getting sidetracked, but I wanted this channel to be like the writing stuff, not the teaching stuff. So I'm going to try and keep my brain contained. Try. I will probably slip up every once in a while. So you just realized if you hit your goal for today, you'll be at 5K for this draft. Oh, yes, let's do that. Let's absolutely try and do that for you. And CB is here. Hello. No problems being late. Absolutely no problem. You are at 163K and you want to reach 175 by this Friday. Gotcha. Okay. It's probably doable. I mean, you would have to have several good days in there, but yes, I think it's doable. And Rosa says, hello, hello. You're trying to figure out how you want to use your cards, and you're brand new to it all. Would you have any suggestions for outlining a 9-book series with tarot cards? Okay, so yes. So the initial set of major arcana are actually the Fool's Journey. So you can go through I can't remember, is it just 0 to 9 or is it 0 to 10? Hang on. Essentially, the initial major arcana cards are or can be used to describe the journey. the fool's journey into becoming from being brand new, innocent, not knowing anything until you reach sort of like the end of your journey. So you can take those and then you can use those as your initial story arc if you want of their whole series, or you could do it for each book depending on how you want to do it, and then pull cards from the minor arcana to sort of stack on top of that for each. I'm not describing this very well. I apologize. If you want a book recommendation that may help you in general, I am a big fan of Tarot for Writers by, yes, cover the name with your hand, Jules. That's perfect. By Corinne Kenner. This book has some fascinating methods for brainstorming, as well as some spread ideas that you could use for outlining as well, for outlining character arcs or series and story arcs. So I suggest at least reading this, if not, if you want to borrow it from a library and you can find it, that would be good. But also I highly recommend, I've got my sticky notes, I've written in it, like it's very useful, I find. So I recommend that. Let's see. CB says, Nano November plan is almost finished. Ooh, nice. But this is your last stream for about a month and a half. Oh, yes, because you're going to be studying for your exam again. That's right. So sixth grade would be 11 to 12. Most of the kids will be turning 12 this year, this academic year. Okay, so gotcha. Yeah, that's a bit. Well, it's a very big difference going from like 16 and 18-year-olds to 11-year-olds. It's a very big difference. But yeah, that's also a big difference as well, from 10, 11 to 6 and 7. Just so much jumping around. Yes. Monique says, hey, y'all. Hello, Monique. And Ellie Vera says, hello, welcome. And Monique is here for some bullet journal work. Excellent. I did set up the next 2 weeks with stickers and just like general notations for the next 2 weeks. So I've got mine done. Hooray! That way I don't have to do that next week. So Petra says, hello, you're trying to get this chapter finished today. Ooh, nice. Okay, so we've got some word count goals. We've got some journaling work chapters. And Rachel wants to get to 5K. So these will be good. We have some nice goals for today. And CB says, I'm soft drafting your nano project because you hate doing handwriting worksheets. Oh, yeah. Maggie says you have that book, The Tarot for Writers, on your wish list. I love it. Yes, it's great. And it's what I built my cheat sheet for looking up card meetings for, because it has a very nice explanation for them. Till says, thank you very much. You've played back the responses to take notes. Sorry for the delay. No, that's fine. Anytime you want to talk story structure with tarot, that is my go-to recommendation. I know that one of the other author tubers, Marissa Mohi, you can go to her channel, and she has done a couple of tarot outlining streams on, I think they were usually Saturdays. So she walks you through her process of that as well. So those are good to kind of look at as another resource. Okay, so CB says, not just studying for your exam again. Your mother is coming next month and you have the work finally getting done next month in the apartment. Gotcha. Yes. Yes. Lots of things going on for you. Sharon says, I'm working on a comic with your 7-year-old son. Nice. How fun. That's great. And Maggie says, I'm trying to finish a short for a Christmas anthology. Ooh, nice. Very nice. And Kate says, trying to finish chapter 30 rewrites today. 1 or 2 scenes left to go. Ooh, nice. Maybe you can get those done. I think so. I think so. CB says, I also need to make dinner right now, but you are prioritizing focusing on writing. Okay, excellent. Let's move on then. And we are going to, I got to turn on my light for this because it doesn't like the ambient amount of light. Okay, share screen. And I'm going to share a window. And it is going to be the document camera. Here we go. Okay, so here's my camera. Hello. And these 2 cards are the Spirit or Oracle cards, and they did not want to come apart from each other when I was pulling them out of the stack. So we have 2. We have the Wombat Spirit, which is Be at Home. Let me see if I can zoom this in on the app. I think I can. Woo, yes I can. Hey, nice. Okay, so we have the Wombat Spirit, Be at Home, Be Comfortable. And then we have the Beaver, laying a solid foundation. Now, if you lay a solid foundation to build your home or what's comfortable, you will feel right at home, won't you? So this is, speaking of outlining, and making sure that things are correct before you can move ahead. That is definitely an indicator to me that would be like, oh, something is not quite in the correct order. So I would have to go back and check for the outlining stuff. So Stacy says, no sound. Oh no, is it me? You need to figure out the setting on this computer. New to you computer. Ah, okay. Gotcha. Yes, exactly. Yes. So definitely. Definitely. So we've got those 2 as our spirit animals, both brown, slightly furry, cute creatures. So we have the Wombat and the Beaver. We're just going to sort of lay them off to the side. And then we have the 8 of Wands, which this is electronic communication, long-distance communication, swift action as well. And then we have the 6 of Pentacles upside down, which this is sort of like money being not necessarily coming to you, but maybe like being forcefully redistributed, and some people not being happy about that. So there's going to be some tension with that. I can't remember what else it was. Let's do the cheat sheet real quick. 6 of Pentacles. Where are my pentacles? There they are. So reversed, unsatisfied ambition, possible class warfare. That's an interesting thing to put there. Forced redistribution of wealth, envy or jealousy. So we have long distance communication, swift action, money going kind of sideways, the way it should not, some envy, possible class warfare, which is kind of an interesting thing for one of the books that I have in mind for Chimera Moon. And then we have the 6 of Wands upright. Where's my wands? There we go. So victory, triumph, validation or vindication. And again, we have messages and messengers. So we have messages that bookend this card in the middle. So swift communication and action, money going sideways and upset emotions, and then victory, more messages. Interesting. This would be kind of a fun setup to do for what they call an epistolary novel. So this would be novels in the form of letters or even text messages, things like that. So if you're thinking of a contemporary contemporary novel and you're thinking of the possibility of having it written from two main characters and just having it be mainly the messages between them, this would be an interesting 3-card spread to focus on. So anyway, so that's our cards. So we have the wombat and the beaver, and then we have the 8 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles inverse, and 6 of Wands. So those are our cards. So I'll stop sharing this screen. Oh, giving you, tell me a teacher without telling us you're a teacher. Yes, exactly. Yes. Okay, so Monique says, these 3 cards sound like what happens in your Julius Caesar novel, especially because your main character is a scribe or journalist. That could be fun. Let's turn my light back off. There we go. Yeah, that could be real fun. And Christina says it's a nifty way of filming. You like it? Yeah, I'm not sure. I've not done any actual like filming with it. But I did play around with it this morning just to make sure I could actually like use it on StreamYard. So I can, which is great. So I am going to have to kind of play around with it because I can record with it and I can apparently do time lapses with it, which would be fun for setting up my bullet journal in the future. So that could be fun. Rider on Wheels, you're waiting to see if your mom has, yeah. Yeah. I hope it's just the flu. I hope it is. Stacy says, I don't know why, but plugging in my second monitor kills the sound and it doesn't let you have more than one display. So moving on if it lets you. You may want to check if you have an is it an HDMI cable that you're connecting your second monitor to? Because I have the same problem because my monitor is older and so it doesn't like that. So I wind up having to use both an audio cable and video cable thing. It's weird. I don't like it, but it happens. Okay, let's go ahead and pull up HK's new timers. Okay. Share the screen. And here we go. Make that big. So the major and minor arcana. So the major arcana are things like the Fool, the Hermit, Death, the Tower. And then the minor arcana are the ones that are the like the suites. So they would be the wands or staves, the cups or chalices, the swords, and pentacles or discs. So minor are the ones that act like suites, and the majors are the ones that are usually either a character or an abstract thought, like temperance. So things like that. Justice, all the things. All right, let me put up my first banner. I think I'm going to go ahead and set us up for a full 25 because I spent a good bit of time chatting, which I don't mind, but I did want to get some real work done today. So I'll set us up for 25. And yes, hooray! HK just arrived in time for us to use her new timer. Hooray! Yay! That is awesome. I'm so excited. And Lindsay is here too. Hello! And yes, need the full 25. Exactly. All righty, y'all. So here are your reminders. 1, save your document if you have already been working this morning. If not, now's a good time to pull it up. 2, make sure that you have something to hydrate with. I have water over by the side. 3, make sure that you straighten your spine and roll your shoulders back for a posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, remember to take a break. Those are your reminders, and we can now get started with a 25-minute sprint in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! All right, how we doing? Okay, I got to do a little bit of math. So in this scene, I got 226. And, oh, did I save it? I did not save it. Okay, let me save it real quick. Don't forget to save. Okay, and I got 273 in that one. So I got 499 words. So I should have written one more word to get even 500. But that is a very nice sprint. That was a good one. So yeah. I forgot to write down the tarot cards to kind of reflect on them. So let me just kind of jot down my brain memories. Memories are weird. What am I trying to say? Okay, messages and quick actions. Class warfare, because that popped out at me. And then victory and messages. Okay, that's done. I also had to take off my bracelets because they were banging on the keyboard. And okay, so let's see where everybody is. So HK slipped in like just as we were starting. So I was saying thank you for the timers because they're gorgeous. And let's see, everybody was saying hello to HK and thanking HK for all of the awesome timers. And Megan slipped in, said, hello, just woke up from a nap and you're tempted to go back under the covers. So I suggested that Megan builds a blanket fort and writes under the covers. Maggie says hello to HK and Megan. CB says, I'm being a very bad girl. I'm starving and I can't be bothered to cook. Plus, shopping doesn't arrive till tomorrow, so KFC it is. This is the last time till during Nano because it's expensive and very unhealthy. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, though. Megan says the blanket fort will be fun and very comfortable, but maybe a bit too comfortable. Well, let us know what you have decided as to whether or not to take a nap or to write or create a blanket fort, whatever your choice is. And HK says, hello, my lovelies, to Christina and Matilda and Kelly. And you were in need of some good company today, and yay, so glad we like the timers. Yeah. And Laura is here. Hello. Welcome. What you working on today? And Monique says, I just got done with creating my layout for the daily spreads and wrote down your goals for this coming week. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, I've got, y'all, I brought in bananas again to the house, and I forgot to wash them, and so we've got the little mat things again. I just need to make it a habit to just like completely wash the bananas. So, and I'm mad that I forgot. Maggie says 250. Nice. That's a good round number. Megan says hi to Laura. And CB says, lol, wrote half a page, dinner came, and you're watching John Cena rapping against the rock. That could be fun. Laura says hi to Megan. Christina got 283. Excellent. Redder on Wheels, 175. You got distracted with YouTube channel stuff because somehow, despite making sure that they were on, comments were disabled on your video that just went up. Interesting. I don't know that I've ever had the comments be turned off. I wonder if that was just like a thing that you accidentally clicked, or if yours were, I don't know. Kate says 126 for you, but you were super distracted. Oh no! Maybe hopefully we can get more focused, not more distracted, more focused for your next sprint. Rafi says, I condensed the notes from your 2 beta readers. So excited to get it back. One used to be a script editor for BBC. Ooh, so you can lean quite heavily on her grammar and some storyline stuff. Nice. Matilda laid out all your tarot cards, and you're doing some research on what they mean / represent, because y'all, I am clueless. Yes. I think there are probably sites that have just like the basic meanings of them. I can't think of one off the top of my head that I would prefer. But yeah. So Petra got 458 words there. Nice. That's excellent. Ravi says they were both so excited about it. Yay! And while you know one is your friend and you work with the other's mom, so you have to think about that. It is still encouraging. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And Just Eva says, heyo. Hello. And Sharon says, we got the cover of the comic done. Yay! And you started on the first page. Excellent. Are y'all doing it on paper or are you doing it digitally? I'm curious. Lindsay was working on a cover letter, but you got a bit distracted. It happens. It happens. You have never done Nano, so when is the next one, and do people find it helpful, etc.? So the idea behind Nano is that National Novel Writing Month, so NaNoWriMo, is in November. And it's essentially, for most people who try it out the first time, usually you're fully employed or in college or something like that. And so it gives you a month out of the whole year where you otherwise wouldn't be writing normally, where you kind of like drop everything else and just focus for those 30 days on writing in like almost all your spare time. So that's a helpful way of getting people to sort of get a kickstart on their writing a lot of times. I think that's I think Nano is a lot of times what encourages people to actually like get started on their novel, and it gets them, however many thousand words that they write during the month, and then they're like, oh yeah, maybe I should finish this story. And so it's a nice kick in the pants. So Meek says, are you freezing coming in? It kind of distorted. I've been getting a couple of like little signal blip things that says that it's kind of in and out a little bit, but if I start like really freezing and going, y'all let me know. Because yeah. Yeah, so I think it is definitely a really good way to sort of like kickstart you and like really give you some motivation to just kind of cheer yourself on, because there's a lot of people that are trying it for the first time, and so it's a wealth of just like this energetic cheering each other on, which is fantastic. I love it for that aspect of it, for sure. Megan says, I can't take a nap. The boyfriend is going to need my help soon with getting rid of a mattress. Well, in that case, no blanket for you. Megan says, I enjoy Nano, which happens every November. Yes. And then the camps are April and July. How do you get involved? You go to nanowrimo.org. And CB says, be warned, it is addictive. Yes, it is. Yes, very much so. Maybe not the website in particular being addictive, but the atmosphere around it a lot of times can be very addictive, especially that lead up, that prepping. It's very fun. A writer says, I figured it out and the comments are on, but it seems like they default to off for some reason. It happened last week too. You thought you fixed it, but I guess not. That might be something you have to go into your YouTube studio settings, like your channel settings, the default stuff, and maybe check there. Sharon says paper and with pencils and crayons. Nice. Very nice. And Rosalind says kitchen table tarot as a resource that Kara Brown recommended. Yes, Kara also does tarot for if you are looking for another source of information here on AuthorTube. And Chandra also does C Chan Wright. Or is C Chan Wright her Twitch name? Chandra Arthur, I think, is her YouTube name. Did I? Okay, now I'm getting confused. It might be the other one. Labyrinthos has a meaning guide. Oh, nice. Yes, and there's the link for that. Excellent. Excellent. You're not sure how helpful or engaged you would be this time because of the stage you're at. Yeah, and that's fine. You can do it whenever you feel like it. I think if videos are intended for children, yes, the comments might automatically get turned on or turned off. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know. But I would check your studio settings. It says maybe for a later project. Here is the free printable link for the meanings and infographics. Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yes. Matilda says thank you, Maggie. And CB says same happened to your channel. Oh, okay. Interesting. I don't know. Matilda says thanks, y'all. And Stacy says, now that Nano is firmly established, you would like to see more about revising and editing. Yeah, and I thought that was what the April one was technically supposed to be about, but I'm not real sure. So, Writer on Wheels says, yep, the setting things is what you did. It's fine. You caught it before they were in use. Gotcha. Okay. Lindsay says, I really have forgotten where I was going with the story. Oh, no. Kind of wish you could just DNF the whole thing. You could just maybe start to re-outline, and maybe that would help. I don't know. Maybe it's different over here. I don't know. Preptember, Preptober, NaNoWriMo, Edit-cember, 85 to 90K, yeah, January through March, April camp, May mini. Oh, I didn't know. Okay, so is this just all of the things? Yeah, that's about right. That is about right for your calendar of Nano. I didn't know about the May mini though, the 30 short stories. I did not know. I thought that was just kind of like a couple people were doing that at once. Shows what I know. All right, let's do another sprint because we have been chatting for a while. So don't forget the oopsies. Second sprint is the self-promo sprint, which means that now would be the time to share anything that you are wanting to share. So this would be your social medias, your websites, your Amazon author pages, your Etsy stores, all of that kind of thing. If you would like to promote yourself, please do so. Just remember that if you don't have the blue wrench of power, you will not be able to post direct links. So there is that. Yeah. So let's go ahead and do that. Don't forget to save. Don't forget to hydrate. Go ahead and take a sip. Make sure that you straighten your spine and roll your shoulders back for a posture check. And remember that if you need a break, take a break. Those are your reminders, and we can now get started with another 25-minute sprint in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! All right, that was sprint number 2. Make sure that you pop anything that you would like to be read during the self-promo into the chat. I'm going to do my math calculations as well as save my document. Okay, so I didn't do as good that time. I got probably about 312, 315, something like that. So, but I think this section is about done. I will need to, I think, look up something as a reference to make sure that I can finish the detail here. But I think this scene is done because I've got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I've got the sort of like beginning, middle, end things that I wanted to happen there. I might need to work on this little end bit just a little bit more, but not bad. Then I can move on to the next thing that's on my list. So, hooray. All right, so let me check and see how y'all are doing. Okay, y'all, we're talking about World Ember, which is one of the world building things with World Anvil, I think. Monique says, check out my latest Instagram post. It's a reel where I show off your new bullet journal and spreads. Your handle is at Ms. Ocampo Writes. Very nice. Okay, so it is from World Anvil. So World Ember is from World Anvil. A Screenwriter's Journey is trying to reach 200 subscribers. Check out my channel, A Screenwriter's Journey. Thanks. And if y'all did not know, A Screenwriter's Journey was my very first viewer on my very first live stream. So, thank you. Y'all should definitely check her out. And Megan says, thank you, Laura. That's it exactly. Yes, World Anvil is one of World Ember, is one of World Anvil's summer. No, sorry, not the summer one. Is it the December one because it's the Ember part? I think it is. Monique is going to be checking on some riblets that you have in the fryer. In about 15 minutes, you might have lunch this sprint as well. Nice. Maggie says, here's my Amazon author page. And there it is. In the fryer with the monks. Yes. Why not? CB says, I also have a video on your YouTube page, which is CB394. You suggest muting the sound on the video and playing Bed of Roses by Bon Jovi over it instead of the Muzak version. Nice. Maggie says, my Inkit page where my rough drafts are free. And there is the link for the Inkit. My World of Etheria on World Anvil. FYI, you have to be logged in to see it. There it is. And CB says, I also have 10 of my ficlets on Wattpad under the name I Am Team Stark 2905. Megan says, my website is meganmccarthyauthor.wordpress.com. It's the best place to keep up to date with you while you take a break from AuthorTube. Good to know. And CB is also taking a break. You'll be taking a 6-week-long hiatus from streams starting tomorrow. I'm glad we caught you today. Megan says, follow me on Twitter. I'm always up there as well. And then CB was asking, who is older, Stephen Strange or Tony Stark? Maggie says, I think Strange is older. Lindsay also says, I think Strange is older, but they're probably about the same age. Maggie says, Ghost with Ink is on sale this week for $1.99. Nice. And Monique is going to go get your lunch. Delicious. Oh, okay, so the link to your Instagram reel was, I don't see the link because I don't remember if you have the blue wrench of power, but if we look up your Instagram, which is at MizzoCamperWrites, we should be able to see it. CB says, thought so. That's because Strange is one of the many villains in your project. Lindsay says, pretty much finished creating your new resume during that sprint. Yay! That's awesome. Resumes take forever, seems like. Ravi has edited your prologue using the notes. Yes. Excellent. You are winning indeed. Maggie says 226. Excellent. Rachel got 214. Not bad for not really having a clue what you want happening. Yeah, sometimes that happens. And Kate says 163 that time. The struggle is real today. But hey, you got 163 more words, which is awesome. And Monique got your lunch together. Yay! It's okay. It's very fun. Cap and Nick Fury have the exact same birthday, which is July 4th. Sorry, y'all. Your air fryer, yes. Megan's like, I just couldn't resist. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. Yes. And HK Darkwood has 1 blog posted. Yay for progress. Indeed. Indeed. So happy. So happy. And now then, what Hogwarts house to put Strange in? Ooh, that is a good question. So in some ways, Doctor Strange, to me, kind of fits into both Gryffindor and Slytherin. So Gryffindor, because there's a whole lot of that like savior complex going on in Gryffindor. But then Slytherin as well, just because of sort of like the overall arrogant vibe in a lot of ways. Okay, we're going to have to go over to the YouTube and do a... okay, we're going to have to go... Oopsies, mute myself. And there. That should hopefully take care of that. Make sure I've got my... I forgot to pop up my chat earlier. So there we go. All right. That has hopefully been taken care of. And Monique says, Strange is a Ravenclaw for sure. And Tessa says, hello, Jules and everybody. Hello, Tessa. And Rider on Wheels. And bye. Have fun. Ravenclaw works because Tony is also in Ravenclaw. Gotcha. Lindsay says, I think Doctor Strange would either be in Ravenclaw or Slytherin house. Yeah. Either way, it would be fun. All right, let's go for another sprinty sprint. And I'm going to change up the timer. We're going to use the glowing magical book one. And I'm probably going to disappear for a moment and use the restroom and refill my glass of water, which if y'all haven't finished your glass of whatever you're hydrating with, you should probably do so. Unless it's a giant glass, in which case, maybe not. Okay, so, oh, the timer's going. I'm sorry. I was supposed to pause it. Reset it. Okay. All right. Don't forget to save. Don't forget to hydrate or refill your glass. Make sure that you straighten your spine and roll your shoulders back for a posture check. And make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Those are your reminders. And we can now get started with another 25-minute sprint in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! All right, how was that? That was sprint number 3, and I think I'm making some good progress here. I've been doing a little bit of editing and moving things around. I should have a new blog post up for the first time since like April in just a little bit. So just kind of a brief, relatively brief blog post. So the only thing I have left to do is just like add a couple photos, and then that will be posted. And then I worked a little bit on 2 scenes for Chimera Moon, specifically the ones that I was talking about where the class warfare kind of like sparked an idea. So I've been working on that, sort of transitioning between 2 scenes. It's going relatively well. So yeah, I don't know actually how many words I got that sprint because I started working on just like the little bits of editing for the blog posts. So more editing rather than blog words. So I got one, I don't know how many paragraphs, but I got quite a few paragraphs just kind of like read over. So how'd y'all do? Dum-de-dum-de-dum. So yes, you were my first viewer and commenter. It's been so fun to watch the channel grow. Thank you for providing consistent Sunday writing sprints. You're welcome. Since you work full-time Monday through Friday, it really helps. Yes, I'm finding these that my Sunday streams are very much my haven of writing. So Lindsay says, nothing makes you feel like you shouldn't have graduated summa cum laude, like not knowing how to spell summa cum laude. Yeah, okay, but see, this is weird because Latin is weird. Just in general, Latin is weird. English is weird because we're such a weird thing about adopting different words and languages and structures and all that kind of stuff. So don't feel bad about this. CB says, we don't have a graduation at secondary school, and you weren't allowed to meet your potential, so going to university wasn't an option for you. Yet, you can always go later. Like, don't let anything stop you. So, when you were playing 17, you were still playing Nintendo. You know, it just, yeah, there's always differences between people, and comparing yourself is never a good idea, because most oftentimes the person you have in mind is always, they have a different set of backgrounds and environment from you, so they will have advantages and disadvantages that are not yours. So Monique is done with lunch and had riblets and rice with banana ketchup. Banana ketchup? Like made out of bananas but tastes like ketchup, or ketchup that tastes like bananas? I'm confused. We need to try banana ketchup. It's really nice. Okay, where are we? CB apparently doesn't like bananas at all. Don't even like chocolate-coated banana flavored candy. Ooh. Never heard of banana ketchup either. Yeah, I'm with Lindsay. Same ketchup texture, but it tastes sweeter. So maybe less vinegar in it. I like vinegar though, so you know. Stacy says, headed off to dinner. It was really nice to actually get some words down on paper, even if this time it was copying words and not your own. Gotcha. Tessa is reading about outlining, trying to find a workable solution to outlining for you, not feeling much like writing right now, so you're reading. That's fine. If it informs and makes you progress later, that is still good. Ravi edited 9 more pages. Nice. I know. Yeah, she's on my list for writing today. So after I get this transition done between these two scenes, and I add these two photos for the blog post, Cinderella is who I'm headed for next. So CB got 2¼ pages. Nice. Yeah, I figured. Petra got 534 words that time. Nice. Excellent. HK was having dinner and doing admin work on your author site. I wanted to say Arthur, but that was not it. It's author. CV says, Pepper Potts on Latin. No one speaks Latin. It's a dead language. You can write it or read it, but you can't speak it. There are some people who could, but like who would is another question. Slightly paraphrased from Iron Man 2. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of us still playing Nintendo. I fully intend to buy one of the Nintendo Switches eventually, but I don't have one at the moment, which is why I'm not playing. So CB says, okay. I'm 38, still have a Nintendo console, but you don't play them all the time anymore. Gotcha. So it is a ketchup made from bananas. Interesting. Does it have tomatoes in it or no? I'm so confused. I just somehow like I understand that it is a condiment, but excuse me, sorry. So I know that ketchup is essentially like tomatoes stewed until they're paste and got some vinegar in there as well. So I don't know how you would make banana ketchup, and that's bothering my brain. So if you know how to make it, please do tell us. Like, you don't have to tell us exact ratios unless you want to, but like my brain is trying to figure this out, and I'm having difficulties because I've always seen bananas as goes in banana bread, which I need to make. It goes just by itself as freezer treats and smoothies and all that. So, but banana ketchup is interesting. So Harley, hello, welcome. And HK says, yummy, chocolate covered dried bananas are the best. Excuse me. So CB hasn't gotten that quote memorized like the strawberries one just yet. Gotcha. And Lindsay says, have any of you read The Secret History by Donna Tartt? I feel like the title is familiar, but I don't know off the top of my head if I've read this or not. You love the very rare sarcasm, one line of which is, it's harder to have a conversation in a dead language than you might think. I would think that would be hard. So, yes. So there's a Wikipedia entry for this. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to pop this open just so we can see what it is because I'm so confused. Oh, it does look red. Here I am expecting it to be like yellow or beige-ish. I don't know why. Okay. Banana ketchup or banana sauce. Is this sharing properly? Yes. Is a popular Philippine fruit ketchup condiment made from banana, sugar, vinegar. There we go. Vinegar and spices. Its natural color is a brownish yellow, but it's often dyed red to resemble tomato ketchup. Okay. Is first produced in the Philippines during World War II due to wartime shortage of tomatoes, but a comparatively high production of bananas. Interesting. Okay, so you use it just like regular ketchup, just it's made from bananas instead of tomatoes, but still has the sugar, vinegar, and spices. That would make sense. So it's more of like, you needed something that had a relatively equivalent moisture content and like texture to make a paste, I guess. So yeah, interesting. That's cool. You also found something on spruce for homemade banana ketchup. Nice. It was developed in World War II by a Filipino food scientist. Ah, yes, please do feel free to send me a link either on Twitter or Instagram. So, yes. All right, and let's do our next sprinty sprint. We need a sprinty sprint. Okay. All right, so don't forget to save. Don't forget to hydrate. Make sure to straighten your spine and roll your shoulders back for a posture check. And make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Those are your reminders, and we can now get started with another sprint. 25 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! All right, how do we do there? I got a bit more done. I scheduled the blog post. I have finished that transition, and I have started to look at and mess with the next chapter of Cinderella. So I've got about half of this scene / chapter for Cinderella done. I think. So I'm going back in and I'm looking at my plot points that I had for this chapter. And then for the next chapter, just kind of like try and make sure that I am meeting things together properly. As well as like trying to figure out if I have an average word count for these chapters or not. And the answer is I don't really. So I may be fooling myself in that I'm halfway done with this chapter because who knows? And so I was just kind of going through and recording like how many words I've got for each chapter. And it's kind of crazy the way it bounces around. So like the prologue was about 200 words. The first chapter was 1,300. The second chapter was almost 2,100. The third chapter, 1,600. Fourth chapter, 2,300. Fifth chapter was 2,100. Sixth was 14, almost 1,500. So I don't know like what my average count is. So I'm gonna have to kind of figure that out and see if like I can get that to be a bit more normal. I don't know. I don't know if I have a normal. I don't know it. I'm not normal in a lot of regards, so I don't know why I would expect my writing to be there. I did receive Monique's Instagram message for the video and the recipe for banana ketchup, and I opened up the recipe first, and I was surprised because it has tomato paste in the recipe. So I don't know. I'll have to watch the video that you also sent me to see if that's the case there as well. So Monique is currently looking at what goes into world building and creating a backstory / lore for your fantasy universe. Yeah, and this is where you get into like loads of having to front load the information for yourself, and just trying to figure everything out, because when you just like you're writing through and you're like, oh, I need a festival of some kind, like for them to attend, like then you know what kind of festival they should be going to, etc., etc. But it is very overwhelming. Yeah, it's a lot of information. It's a lot. You just feel like you feel more like playing some games instead. Yes. So Matilda has decided to purchase a tarot for writers. Yay! And you are currently using the cards for each character's journey throughout the series. So far, so good. Yes. Wonderful. Whereas, like, I have, because I did this with Chimera Moon, I have certain cards now that like look like characters to me, like they indicate specific characters or specific stories. So this could be a thing for you. If you are interested in what I did with mine, you can check out the let's see, I'm trying to remember which one it started with. It was the moon phase experiment in October for Preptober. And then I think I did like a week 1 or week 2 update of like how chaotic it was getting. And then I just stopped updating on it because it got real chaotic real quick. Tessa says, I have several different outlining books and you are going through them to see if anything strikes you as useful. You haven't started another book yet. Not sure if you want to, but you feel the need. You feel you need an outline for your story. Gotcha. I mean, outlines can be very helpful. I have not been able to actually follow them when I make them. That's my problem now. That's a personal problem. You're ready for a nap, though. You didn't sleep much last night. Oh, no. Or should you say early this morning? Yeah, I've done that before. Maggie says 188 words. Nice. Lindsay finished your application and started writing, but you think you'll be going for a walk soon. Yeah. Applying for jobs is mentally taxing. So if you need a break afterwards to kind of separate yourself from that, I totally understand. Ravi says 10 more pages. Nice. Excellent. CB got 4 sides of an A5 handwritten. Ooh, speaking of A5, I went to Walmart. And they finally had the A5 sized dotted notebooks back in. So this one's not quite as thick as the one that I'm currently using, because the one I'm currently using is more like 200 pages. So, but they are relatively the same size, thickness wise, kind of. Like this one's a little expanded, but this gives me something that I can use once I have finished this. So there you go. They have like I guess it's kind of like a mint seafoam, slightly more blue than just green, at Walmart. So I got that. Actually, I got 2 of them, but we won't talk about my stationery obsession. HK says, still doing admin work. Yes, the admin work for websites just takes forever. It does. Devin says, howdy. And Megan got 324 words. You're impressed. That is awesome. Yes, that's great. Handwritten or typed, any words are good, especially after doing it. I haven't written anything. So CB says, I've written 10 pages of A5 in total today. Nice. That's awesome. And Devin is here. So Laura was singing his praises. HK says, hi to Devin. Devin says, hashtag lovely Laura. Megan says, hi Devin, long time no see. Normal is boring. It can be very much so. Your handwriting is horrible. Mine too. Unless I like try and remember all my drafting class lessons. But yes. Kate says, accidentally wrote through the 3rd sprint and got in this one, but you got 725. Nice. Excellent. Monique says, I just don't know how much I really want to work on. Yeah. So you'll be headed out. Thank you very much for joining us. It was nice to see you. Laura says, bye, Monique. Megan says, bye, Monique. CB is going to get ready for bed. Kate is going to head out early. You just hit 1K for the day. Yay! And finish chapter 30. Hooray! Yay! That is awesome. Yes, it's a very nice, I don't know whether to call it mainly seafoam green or mint or what, but yes, it's very pretty. You've got a pink one from Flying Tiger. Nice. Yeah, I think at some point we all do. For sure. All right, it is 4:50, so let's do another quick cool down sprint. And let's see, let's make this small. And see if we can get this to load. Here we go. Share. And we'll go just a wee bit over time and do a 10-minute just because. Here we go. Okay. All right. Close enough. So don't forget to save. Don't forget to hydrate. Make sure that you straighten your spine and roll your shoulders back for a last posture check. And make sure that if you need that break, take it. So 10-minute cool down sprint in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! All right. How was that? How'd we do? I got a little bit more jotted down. It's progress. So I'm going to try and maybe get the rest of this Cinderella chapter roughed out tonight. That way I can maybe spend Monday night editing that as my sort of like writing time. I am going to try and do an hour in the evenings of just like dedicated writing time. Just sort of like to kind of get myself into a routine. But yeah, so that's going to be sort of what I'm going to be attempting to do during the weeknights is at least 1 hour of like writing or editing time, so that I can have a routine. So yeah. And Megan says, I need a job so I can buy more stationery. I've been using up the stash I had from before. Yeah, I have so many of my stash that I have not used. I'm carefully covering up my shelf. No, I'm joking. But I do have a lot of stationery that I have not used yet. So, yeah. Devin says, Megan for president. Megan says, that's a job I don't want. Back to school shopping makes you so happy. Despite the fact that you no longer go to school, you will still stock up on supplies because notebooks. Exactly. I'm keeping an eye on the local Walmarts because their supply is starting to get picked over. And college, I think, was supposed to start this week or last week. I don't know. So my guess is that things will begin to go on sale, like clearance wise, because they're going to change that section out for the fall things. So I'm keeping an eye out for them as to when they sort of like shift all that into clearance mode. And then I'm going to go like hardcore stock up. Even though I haven't used up all of last year's hardcore stock up that I made a video about. Because, yeah, why not? Laura says, my new job starts tomorrow. Nice. Good luck. I wish you well. Matilda says, good luck as well. And Devin says, congrats. CB and Matilda were talking about back to school. Yes, back to school shoppings. Yeah. That's what it was. Yes, even though we don't go to official school, we still love it. Yes. I know, so exciting. So many new things. CB says, I went to the supermarket on Friday with the sole purpose of getting some stationery, even though you don't actually need any. You bought a notebook. Because why not? Ravi says, it's 10 p.m. here. Gotta go. Thanks for the spreads. Good night. Have a good one. Sleep tight. It was so fast. Yes. It was very fast. Matilda says, good night. You're welcome for the streams and the sprints. Yes. And congrats to Laura. Absolutely. So speaking of Devin, who finally arrived to make it an official stream, I'm going to paste Devin's playlist in the chat. As soon as back to school stuff is over. Oh, we have Halloween stuff already. Like jack-o'-lanterns and things out in front of the Kroger. The Hobby Lobby, I don't know if they ever put up their Christmas stuff, like put it away type of stuff, but they had a whole section of Christmas trees in early July. They already had like their back to school stuff was like shuttled over into a corner, and they were making room for Christmas stuff already, which is nuts. Yes. Yep. So Maggie says, Morgan is also streaming. Yes, Morgan is streaming. So you have, you can head off to Morgan's or head to Devin's playlist to see if there is anybody else streaming in addition to Morgan, because I can't remember at the moment. But yeah, so thank you very much for joining me. And don't forget to visit all of the other lovely streamers this week. You can check Devin's playlist. You can also check Twitch because there are more of the AuthorTube people sort of switching over to Twitch now. So that's going to be a thing. Make sure that you check out Charlie's channel over on Twitch, as well as Chandra streams over there sometimes, as well as on YouTube. I don't think Laura has a Twitch yet. I know Haley Haggerty is over on Twitch quite regularly. I'm trying to remember who else is over there. Kate, obviously, Kate Kavanaugh. But yeah, so make sure that you check out both the YouTube and the Twitch writer streams, and have a wonderful week. And I will see y'all next Sunday. I will not see you during the week unless I make a random appearance into the chat or into a Twitch stream. So there you go. All right, I will see y'all later. Bye.